What's going on, Norwich City, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. And Leeds United have absolutely slapped Hull City 3-1. What a phenomenal game that was. What a brilliant end to the game, but what was a very painful match to watch as a Leeds United fan. And most of it is because we all went into the game so down and so annoyed at the manner in which Ipswich managed to win that game against Southampton. You could all smell it. You could all see it coming from a mile away. Stevie Wonder could see that they were going to get that last goal. They always managed to get that lucky, fluky, jammy last-minute winner. And it came by courtesy of a cross from Leif Davis again, who scored himself that day also. So that got us all into a bad headspace. And then we went into the game and we started off all right against Hull first 5 or 10 minutes. But after that, ever since Bamford missed that absolute sitter after 20 minutes, you started to question, is this going to be Leeds' day? Because as soon as we missed that, Hull had complete and utter control of the game from about the 20th minute to around the 60th, 70th minute. It was that bad for Leeds. It was a really grim match to watch. At one point, Hull had about 70% possession in the match. That's how poor it was to watch from a Leeds United perspective. Hull were dominating the midfield battle. Defensively, they looked compact. They looked assured going forward. They looked, did they create the most chances? No, but they looked very assured, and they were definitely causing Leeds a lot of problems, mostly coming through the midfield, if I'm being honest with you. That is where the game was lost once again for Leeds United early doors, because we had absolutely no control of the ball in the midfield. Every time we got the ball in defence, we were looking forward, trying to bypass the midfield and absolutely hoof it up front. And it just wasn't working at all. We were giving the ball back to Hull time and time again. And they were just coming at us, peppering us with diagonal balls and causing us utter bedlam in there. Carvalho eventually got his equaliser, and again, it was a good finish, but it was terrible defending. Bypassed in the midfield completely. Kamara with an awful attempt of a challenge. Same with Byram. They're bypassing. It's a cross into Carvalho. Gets himself in front of Ampadu and flicks it in. But otherwise, I thought defensively, the back two were the only reason we didn't lose this game. Ampadu and Rodon, again, phenomenal. Absolutely great performance from the two of them. I know Ampadu made a bit of a mistake with the goal, getting behind Carvalho, but aside from that, I think the partnership between the two, you saw it. It was so key. The fact that one knew when to move out to track across for fullback when the other one didn't. Rodon did that so many times, covering at right back for Byram, and Ampadu slotting in and kind of shielding him. They just worked so well. And that's the only reason we didn't lose that game, because otherwise I think Hull would have had a lot more joy if it wasn't for those two back there. They are immense. But yeah, Hull were causing us a lot of trouble, especially in wide areas as well. I thought Firpo actually did decently defensively, although he did leave himself a little bit exposed at times one-on-one. Not even from being out of position, but just pace-wise, because they were just so threatening in behind on the wings. Hull today, so threatening. Other key notes I would take away before I do get into the positives, I would just say we looked a little bit flat when we started. We looked a little bit like we were feeling the pressure. The stadium was quite quiet. There was, as I said, the Ipswich factor before playing into it. It's not easy playing last in these situations, and the fact that had already got us in a bad mood. There was a lot of tentativeness. It looked like Leeds were a little bit scared. It looks like Leeds were a little bit hesitant at times. We weren't playing with the same flow or vigour that we usually play with. And that is something that I thought really cost us until the last 10-15 minutes, where Leeds started to get into their stride a little bit. We started to play the ball around. We started to be a lot more direct and a lot less sideways, a lot less backwards. We were getting the ball out to Firpo on the left-hand side with the overlap. We were causing them a lot of trouble there. Summerville and Firpo really came into their own the last 15 minutes of the game. And I thought that was the key to Leeds actually winning that game, came through that. Because once again, that's where what would have been the winning goal comes from. Ball out to the left-hand side, Somerville, and he does this so often. If you watch Somerville, you will see this exact same thing, and I believe it contributes to about 50% of Leeds' goals this season. Not even the ones he scores, but He gets the ball down on that left-hand side. And this is the thing with him. He's so one-footed. He only really uses his right foot a lot of the time. He's down there. And right as the defender thinks they're just about to flick it away and he's on the byline, he gets that extra little touch with the outside of his right foot. That extra touch to flick it away from the defender. And either they're going to take him down like they did tonight where he got the penalty, or he flicks it, just rounds them, manages to get past them, and then gets a great cross in, and we usually score from it. He does that so often, that exact same movement, and it works phenomenally. And it worked perfectly today, and he ended up getting the penalty. And again, on Summerville, I absolutely love this guy, all right? The confidence, the arrogance, the flair. A lot of people look at that as a bad thing. They say, oh, you can't be an arrogant footballer, you can't be a cocky, whatever. You need some of that. There's a reason why Somerville is the best player in the Championship. There's a reason why he slaps it top bins every game. It's because he believes he can do it. He has such unbelievable levels of self-belief that he is able to perform week in and week out at the highest level, and you saw it there. You saw a little glimpse into his mentality there. He earns the penalty. Perot comes off the bench. He walks over, tries to take the ball off him, tries to take the penalty himself, and Somerville looks at him. He looks back, and he beats his chest like this. He beats the badge, and he beats his chest. And with this face, he goes, this is mine. Points to the penalty spot. This is my penalty. This is my penalty. Absolutely beautiful confidence flair. Listen, if that goes wrong, he is the villain of the town. But if it goes right, if he scores it, he is the Don. And if there is one player in that team, one player in the league that has earned the right to do that, it is Somerville. And I know it's side before self, but sometimes it's got to be self before side. And you've got to have that self-drive to win games. And I know that's a controversial opinion. I know it's not very popular. But you gotta have that arrogance sometimes. You gotta have that confidence. You gotta have that self-belief to think, you know what, I am the man. And if anyone's gonna win this game for us, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna be the one that earned it. And that's exactly what he did. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's good personality as well. It's good personality. There's too many plain, boring footballers in today's game. Not at Leeds, but just in football in general. You know, so many personalityless, bland people. No. We want a bit of that. We want a bit of charisma, and that's exactly what we got from him. And we got the win in the end. The final goal, again, DJ, absolutely, you know, he wasn't having his best game. DJ, I can't lie to you, put a good cross in for Bamford, but aside from that, it wasn't his best game again. But he wins the game for Leeds. It's a dangerous corner, and this is the danger of bringing your goalkeeper up for a set piece. It can work out beautifully like Paul Robinson did for Leeds all those years ago. Or it could work out like it did here for Hull. They bring the keeper up for a corner in the last minute of the game. Leeds managed to deal with it just about deal with it and get it out. Perot plays the ball down. DJ just about keeps the ball inside just from rolling out the pitch and around the halfway line. Puts his head down and absolutely leathers it into the side netting. A phenomenal finish. A great finish by Dan James. And that was game, set, and match. And we were all absolutely bricking it by that point. But DJ gets himself another goal at Ellen Road. Another goal for the season to boost his tally up and hopefully give him confidence back. Because we are going to need DJ firing on all cylinders in this final stretch of the season. But it was a great finish from DJ. And hopefully he can kick on from that. And it secured the win for us. Let me know what you guys thought anyway. What were your thoughts on the game? Do you think Leeds played well? Do you think we were lucky? Please let me know down in the comment section down below. But for now, guys, I will see you all very, very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.